I'm Robert.
Welcome to this week's episode
Around the Kitchen Island.
Around the Kitchen Island. Today we're going to be talking to you about managing your project.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about doing a kitchen in the very near future and you want to project manage yourself, we really feel that this video is going to be key into making it as easy as physically possible. There are a couple of things that you're going to want to know before you start a project to ensure that it is not just horrific. It doesn't have to be horrific, but it can be if you don't manage it properly.
Being without a kitchen is never going to be easy, but if you prepare properly, then it can be as pain-free as possible.
Yeah.
So, we've got a customer that's come to us for a brand new kitchen.
Yes.
We've redesigned their existing space, we're not knocking any walls out.
Okay.
They want to project manage everything themselves so that we just come in and install the kitchen.
Dangerous.
What do they need to think about?
What do they think? There's lots of things to think about. They've got the big trades. You've got the plasterer, the plumber, the electrician, the flooring, painter and decorator. They're the big thing. They're the people that you need to manage. Then you've got things to consider, like removing the existing kitchen, getting up the old tiles, getting the old tiles off the wall. The problem with new builds now is they're normally like plasterboard, dot and dab walls. So when you take the tiles off, then I'm taking half the wall with it. So there's a lot of things that just in that point of it is to manage them. Now, if you are going to manage it yourself, try and do it with a big deep breath, because it is frustrating. You'll have to wait in for deliveries. You'll have to manage the trades. If a trade gets pushed back or can't make a commitment, we all have families and bits and pieces. So they have to go and pick up their child from school and they lose an afternoon, the knock-on effect. But then you're not just moving one person, you're moving everyone down the line. So you've really got to think about, is this right for you? And the cost saving is nominal versus the stress level. So it's really got to be right for you if you feel that you can manage it.
Yeah, and I guess if you've got a full-time job or you're trying to manage a family, then maybe taking 2 weeks or 3 weeks off work to coordinate all of that is probably not ideal for a lot of people.
Yeah, and not having a kitchen is okay. Well, it's part of the course. There is a saying, you've got to break an egg to make an omelette. But it's understanding that what are the real implementation of not having a kitchen. So, the things that you're going to miss is not being able to cook in the evening, preparing meals, not being able to wash up, and not being able to do washing. If your washing machine is part of the kitchen design, you've got it taken out, that's going to be difficult. So it's kind of managing that expectations, make sure you've got some, friends locally and whatnot, so that it can help with these sort of things. So you've had a really busy week this week, onboarding 3 new customers. They've got their own individual projects. Obviously you're trying to make sure that they don't overlap and we don't need tradespeople in 2 different places at once. Why don't you give an example of how you would schedule those tradespeople to be on site and what order that you do it in?
Yeah, sure. So for a kitchen, a replacement in an existing space, we generally allow 4 weeks, which allows for removing the existing kitchen, including the tiles, packing it all into a skip. Then we would have the electrician in, the plumber in, plasterer in to make the walls good again.
Which is a good point, because while the plaster's drying, you can't do anything on the walls, you can't fit any furniture, so what would you do then?
So then we use that's when our flooring team would come in, so we'd use that time to lay the flooring, and then we would have the painter come in to do a mist coat on the walls and first coat of paint.
And does that mean you're not having to less cutting in?
You don't want to be reaching over cupboards to try and cut into the ceiling, so we try and get all of that done before the kitchen installation happens. And if you're having quartz, you need to allow for templating time, so we would have maybe 3 days of kitchen installation, then your quartz would be templated, and then we would be installing the kitchen again, and then your quartz would be fitted, and then we'd have the tradesmen come back in to second fix the plumbing and second fix the electrics.
So that'd be like putting the hob in,
commissioning hot taps.
Yeah.
And then finally we would have the painter come in to do a final top coat on the walls before handover. So, if the idea of project managing your own refurbishment appeals to you,
good luck.
Be supportive.
Very good luck.
If the idea of that appeals to you, then by all means go for it, and we would still love to supply you with an amazing kitchen.
Yeah.
However, we've really perfected what we do here. We've got a great team around us, and we would love to project manage it for you. It will be done quicker, It will be fun. You'll have an outlined schedule of work so you'll know who's coming and going all of the time, and you can just crack on with your life without having to think about it.
Perfect. See you on the next episode. She's Catherine, I'm Robert, BSA. See you on the next one.